Quick question. Do you ever find yourself feeling like lost or confused or overwhelmed? Like you've got so many tasks or so much to do and you just don't know where to start. And sometimes it can just paralyze you and make you not do anything or not enough. Well, that's what I want to solve for you with this awesome and effective, yet very simple technique that I'm going to share with you in today's Drive episode. So let's do this.
The Drive.
Good morning, how are you doing? Dean here, of course, en route to the Internet Profits HQ. And as I said in the introduction, you are gonna love this simple technique that I've got to share with you today. If you do find that sometimes you feel overwhelmed with everything, like there's so much to do in your business and also in your life, and you're juggling so many different things that you get almost, overloaded with it all. So I want to share this simple tactic with you. And it involves going back to simple, traditional pen and paper strategy. Now, of course, you can do this on your computer if you really prefer to use the technology, but I like going back to pen and paper, notepad and pen, something like that for this. And sometimes like a large piece of paper as well, depending on how much I have really got going on up here. So here's how it works. Firstly, you're going to take your piece of paper or whatever it is that you're using, and you're going to divide it into two. So draw a line down the center and divide your piece of paper up into two halves. Okay, now on one side of the paper at the top, I want you to write in sort of bold big letters and underline it, everything. Okay, so put everything and then underline it. Okay, now in this side, this is where you do what I refer to often as a brain dump. Okay, so often when we're overloaded with things, right, it can be so overwhelming and like overloading in our brain that we struggle to think. It's like, oh my gosh, where do I begin? And you're feeling that way. So on the left-hand side, where you put everything, I want you to do a brain dump. And every single thing that's in your head, whether it's business or personal, everything you feel like is on your mind right now that's up in your head, I want you to write it down on this piece of paper in that column that says everything, right? And for some of you, it's going to be really, really packed and full, and for some, not so much. But literally get everything out of your head until you cannot think of anything anymore, right? So literally, it's like a cleanse. It's like I call it, a brain dump. You're getting everything out of your head and onto that piece of paper. Okay, now already doing that, you should actually start to feel a sense of relief, because one of the biggest problems I find is when we feel this way is actually you've got it all trapped up in your brain, in your head, and it just literally fries your mind. So that's the first thing. Now when you've done that and you've literally exhausted everything and it's got all of it out of your head, you've got nothing else going up here because it's all on that bit of paper, then on the other half that's blank, I want you to put what matters now. What matters now, okay? And then what I want you to do is, looking at everything that's in the left column, I want you to decide which are the most important things for you to do now that's going to make the biggest positive impact in both your business and your life. Okay? The biggest positive impact in both your business and your life. Now, depending on where your business is at, I would suggest that the things that you move into the what matters now column are the things that are going to produce the most significant results. So what are those things that are going to build your business and put the most sales and the most money and impact the most people and give the most value to your customers and audience out of that list? Okay, just focus on the most important things. That is it. Okay, don't worry about all the other bits. Okay, just what matters now. What is the most impactful things out of your brain that you could focus on today or this week to make the largest impact in both your business and your life? Okay, and be really strict with yourself here, because the reason you're not moving forwards fast enough or you feel overwhelmed is because you've got too much going on up here and you're potentially trying to do too many things at the same time. So that is it. That's what you do. So you've got one column that's a brain dump of everything, and then the other half is what matters now. And when you've done that exercise, you focus only on what is in the what matters now. In fact, take your piece of paper and you fold it in half so you can now only see the what matters now column. And you don't look at the everything until everything on the what matters now side is done. And that's my simple strategy and technique for cleansing and getting everything out of my head so I don't feel overwhelmed, and then being able to focus on the most important tasks to get the most impact and the most results out of my day, out of my time, out of my efforts in both my business and my life. And if you like that, please do share, please like, please subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and of course, tune in again for another episode of The Drive.